When you've got a tiny house, everything is always under construction, so nothing is ever finished. Now that I know how to build, like I want to build everything. It's actually really hard to get anything done when you've got such a comfortable space. In that kind of adventure, you just have to take a little bit of a leap of faith and go for it. Hi, I'm Marian. This is my tiny house. Come on in. All right, so you're inside my tiny house now and we are in the kitchen. One of the first things I wanted in that kitchen was a really big sink and also some kind of dish rack that was above it. So when I was doing the dishes and it was drying, I wouldn't have to do anything. So literally I wash it, I put it up and that's it. I've got all the stuff I need to cook like right here. I love big kitchen, but it's just so nice when you're here and you don't have to move anywhere to cook. So have all of my spices and all the ingredients I need for cooking. Because I'm on solar panels, I can plug in a little stovetop if I need to, but most of the time I just use gas. So I like to be able to remove it if I need to. I can unplug this and I can put my little electric stove here to cook if I need to. Next, for cooking, I've got a gas oven because I'm off-grid, so I can't really rely too much on electrical as my solar system is pretty small. For all of the storage, I had done this kitchen once and for a few months I worked for a cabinet maker. So I decided to completely redo it. So I've got just big drawers and they soft closing as well, a bit fancy. And for the kitchen bench, I used just a slab of Macrocarpa. I just really liked the look of it. I wanted something a bit more natural for the top. And you can see the live edge. It is really, really nice. Here, I built a little drawer because it is a really, really small kitchen. So I can always like get this extra bench space and put whatever I need to, like more dishes maybe sometimes. Under that, we've got like a tiny fridge, but that's enough for me. And next to that, we've got a pull-out pantry. For a weird reason, the only feature I really wanted in my kitchen, I wanted a big sink and a pull-out pantry because, I don't know, for some reason I thought it was really cool. The only thing that's interesting to say about the design is usually you have to pick between having an amazing view while you're doing your dishes or having everything within reach. So I picked everything within reach and I just have to go outside if I want a nice view. This is my office space. I work there sometimes, but most of the time I rather enjoy the better view on the bed. But when I do work in here, I really enjoy it though because I do have this really nice Macrocarpa slab. It's the same thing as my kitchen. I also have a little board that I made because I love lists and taking stuff off. I also have a ventilation system that's heat exchange. Super important in New Zealand with the climate and the humidity. It's really cold in winter. So I've got like constant airflow coming in, but the temperature inside is not going to change. I guess really important when you're in a small space by yourself. You kind of want the air quality to be good. So that's what it's for. I've got this little area here for me to hang all of my stuff. And this is very practical. I do feel like I grew up with those. My mom had those in her house. Those are IKEA drawers. And I always thought it was the ugliest thing, like disgusting plastic stuff. But it's just the most practical thing in the world. It's tiny, super skinny, doesn't take a lot of space. And I love them now. I don't think they're ugly. I probably was a teenage angry person and hated everything. So on this side, I've got my walk-in wardrobe, just a normal wardrobe. So I've got everything I need like next to the bathroom. So if I have to take a shower, usually all of my clothes go directly in my little basket here. And I've got my drawer there with like underwear and socks and stuff. And here, all of the rest of the clothes are just hanging in some like boxes at the top. And yeah, the washing machine is really good. I bought the washing machine and then designed everything around it. So it's probably the smallest you can find. And yeah, it works pretty well. I started with a dream, I don't know, 7 years ago when I watched a YouTube video about a guy building a tiny house. And I was like, how cool would it be to build my own tiny house? And so I built my own tiny house. That was a journey. It was really, really fun. And then I decided that I wanted to keep doing that. So now I'm on my third year of building Apprenticeship. So I should be a carpenter by the end of this year if I pass. It's really fun, but it is a massive amount of work afterwards, in the sense of, now that I know how to build, like I want to build everything. So it just never stops. I thought I would chill in my tiny house forever, but actually I won't. The tiny house is a big project. Building the deck outside was another one. And the next step, I think it's going to be the hardest, but probably a bit more self-sufficiency. So I would love to learn a bit more about permaculture and gardening and not kill all the plants I've got. So I think that's going to be the hardest. I think building is easy compared to that. And yeah, live a little bit of a more sustainable life if I can. So here you are in my bedroom slash living room slash like pretty much half of my house as well. I wanted a place where I feel really comfortable. And the thing is, I feel so comfortable that I just kind of stay there and don't do anything. It's actually really hard to get anything done when you've got such a comfortable space. One feature I really wanted in the tiny house was a round window and a pallet wall, as well as like a gigantic window behind me to see the view, and a very huge and comfortable bed. So that's what I did. And I've got plenty of storage under the bed, behind the bed. And I've got my inverter for my solar system under the bed as well. So that covers all the storage in this little area. I'd say my favorite thing about the bedroom is probably once I'm in here, I don't want to go anywhere else. It's gonna be really hard to invite me to a party because I actually never want to leave this place. I designed it so it would be so small and literally like a square, because I wanted it to be really easy to build. I was really scared. It was my first build. I was like, minimum amount of windows, really small dimension. And I also designed it a little bit more like a square and not like a long rectangle, because it does feel a bit more spacious. So whatever I thought I needed, because I first went with a really big tiny house because I thought this is gonna be my forever home. I need like a loft and rah. And then I was like, actually, how small can I go? And this is the design I came up with, and it's been working really well. I have to say though, it would be really hard to have someone else live here. So it's designed perfectly for me, but if I'm ever with someone, they're gonna have to have their own tiny house next to mine. So now you are in my very small bathroom. The shower is 900 by 900. I wanted a normal shower, so it's quite big for a tiny house. And for the rest, I just have the smallest sink in the world and a toilet right here. My toilet is a marine toilet, but I also have, don't know why, just love the options again. I have a composting toilet outside as well if I need to. So here you are in my little outside area. It's actually not little. When I designed it, because I built it as well, I thought it was a good size, but I remember showing it to my mom. I took a picture and sent it to her, and she was like, this is way too big. You've got like the smallest house and you've got this huge outdoor area. But I don't regret it. It took me way longer than I thought to build it. Like I thought it would take me like 3 weeks, and it took me 3 months, but pretty happy with it. Again, I've got FOMO to not have a living room, I guess. So I set it up so it looks like an actual living room. For the roofing, I picked like a clear material because I still wanted the space to feel like a little bit of a sunroom. So one of the reasons why I built it is because after living in my tiny house for 2 years, I was always saying no to people wanting to come to my house because it's so small and I had to clean the entire thing. So I thought, okay, I would love to host more and have all the people I love around a bit more. So it would be nice to have area for this where I can just have all of my friends. When you've got a tiny house, everything is always under construction, so nothing is ever finished. So still a bit of work on this one to go, but I can have my friends over if I want to. The hardest thing about building your own tiny house or going tiny is just the start. It's probably the best advice I got is when someone told me, just start, because I was asking all of those questions to that person that was building tiny houses. And I was like, but where do you build it? Like, where do you find the tools? Like, who's gonna help me? And he was like, just start it. Just order the trailer and then everything is gonna flow into places. So I guess I got really lucky because everything went really well. But in that kind of adventure, you just have to take a little bit of a leap of faith and go for it. So I've got a YouTube channel where I hopefully will teach people how to build their own tiny house. And I decided with my best friend that we're going to build a shepherd's hut. So that's going to be on YouTube as well if you want to follow this weird adventure. Hopefully everything goes to plan, but that should be interesting to watch. So the name of the channel is La Fabrique. So if you want to check it out, you can. Thanks for coming on this little tiny house tour with me, and now you can, I guess, go and build your own tiny house.